Where'd you go, Phil?
Um.
I can't work like this.
All right. So
Holy mackerel. Chris hasn't looked yet. That's way better than a sombrero.
that's it. That's the one, guys. That's
It's funny.
the
It's
one.
funny because it's a big hat.
It is funny because it's a big hat.
Big hats are funny, man. Just Dumb and Dumber style.
This
You
is
have
the
a,
ode to-
you have a paddle ball?
Oh man.
Right. Nailed it.
What's up, folks, and welcome to another episode of Real Amigos. I'm your host, Chris, and with me, as always, are my two co-hosts, Donnie. Donnie, say hi.
Hola.
And Phil.
Say hello to my feathered friend.
You can't just say hi and just stop talking, can you? What do you we can't see him. Put him in the picture.
Say hello to my feathered friend.
So once again, we are an audio podcast. Anybody listening has no idea what's happening, but Donnie once again has his pinata pal with him. We're also joined by Phil. Phil, what's up, man?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm still trying. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. We're gonna.
I'm trying to be the anti-Donnie.
Oh, very nice. Trying to even.
Which is
it out.
ironic because in real life, I'm probably the more talkative one.
That's actually true.
Most likely.
I would argue. I just don't think Donnie likes being in spaces with a lot of people. I think that he likes this because it's just him by himself in a room with a camera. So that
And a
helps.
hat.
And a hat,
Probably.
which is nice. Okay, guys, if you don't know where you are, this is Real Amigos. Real Amigos is a weekly podcast that three goofballs get together and talk about movies that we like, and that's what we're here to do. Tonight is actually our mid-show, which we've been calling shorts, but if you've been listening to the podcast, you realize they're not very short. So we're actually thinking about changing the names of it. We're not there yet, so welcome to.
We could always just say short was. We're just being funny. We called it a short.
It's ironic. It's short ironic.
Yes.
So this is actually short number 5, and we're going to talk about some fun stuff tonight. Actually, the theme tonight is going to be our favorite death scenes in movies. So that'll be coming up, which is actually pretty fun. But real quick, just plugs out of the way. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at Real Amigos. You can also what we've done is we've started a Facebook group. Now, if you don't understand Facebook groups are just a place to kind of get together and form community around content, and in our case it's about movies. So all three of us will be active on there. We'll be sharing maybe reviews of movies that we've seen, or links to new trailers that we like, or just stuff that we may see, but we'll also be able to kind of be active. And so if you have questions about the show, or just want to talk about movies, or want to talk about how much you love Donnie's sombrero, that is the place to do it. If you just go to facebook.com and look up Real Amigos, you will find our group page. We would ask that you join it and become part of our community. That's where we're going to really kind of drive the content and be involved. So that's where you're going to find that. With that being said, let's kind of jump in here. We have a lot to get into, so I don't want to waste time. Let's talk real quick. We want to recap just last week. If you're listening, last week's show, episode number 4, was about the 1987 movie, the Untouchables, and which was a very fun show to do. It was a movie that I had never seen before, and so we had a lot of fun with that. Which again is a running joke on the show now, is that I don't see any of the movies, including the one we're going to do next week, which we will talk about at the end of this show. But we did bring up something in the show that we wanted to kind of come back to. Bless you. And so we talked about Sean Connery. He actually won his only Oscar for supporting actor for The Untouchables, and we kind of had a conversation about who gets picked for supporting actors, so on and so forth. So I did a little bit of research. We wanted to kind of come back because we left that kind of open-ended last week. So this is what we found, and there's a couple of different sources. I went everywhere from Wikipedia to the actual Academy's page to Hollywood Reporter had an article on it. So pulling all of the sources, but here it is in a nutshell. There is no criteria for actor or supporting actor. It does not matter. It is up to the Academy to decide what they are nominating these people for. So Sean Connery could have just as easily been nominated for lead actor or supporting actor. Now, what you'll find, you actually hear about it a lot more today. I don't know how prevalent it was back then, but today, like, you'll hear people campaign for an Oscar. And so, for instance, last year, whenever Wonder Woman was out, Warner Brothers had a campaign to push for Patty Jenkins as director and for Wonder Woman as Best Picture. Now, those things didn't happen, but they campaigned. That just meant they went and kissed babies and shook hands and tried to get their movie in front of people. And so what I was reading is a lot of times what will happen is the studio may think that they have a better chance of winning lead actor or supporting actor, and they will try to basically sway the Academy into a place. So they would come and be like, listen, we're really pushing for Sean Connery to be supporting actor, so on and so forth. And so that when they start to make their votes, that would be something that would resonate with them. But the answer to the question is there is no criteria. They have to be in a movie. It has to be, part of the Academy, and it cannot. I did find this. It cannot be dubbed over. So if for whatever reason, the person didn't use their voice, if they were dubbed the whole time,
for animation or something.
Yeah, or animation. For right now,
they can for singing if it's a musical.
Yeah, that's right. If it is a musical, they can. So in the case of something like let's go back to Lion King, right? So none of the voice
Showman.
actors. Did they not sing?
Not all of them. The girl, well, she might not have won an award.
No. I'm saying if Phil's right. If somebody else sings a song,
like a live action,
right,
they can still be nominated. It's if their whole performance is dubbed.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm agreeing. Yeah, so if somebody does everything except for a singing portion of the movie, they can still be nominated. That doesn't disqualify them. But if their entire dialogue is dubbed over, even if they are the face on screen, they cannot be nominated. All right.
So is the opposite not true then? So you could win, and could the guy that does Gollum,
Andy Serkis,
can he win Best Actor?
So that's actually a great question. They have campaigned the last two Apes movies. They have campaigned for Andy Serkis to be nominated, and he should have won an Oscar for Caesar. But they have, to this point, the Academy has never nominated a voice actor for any actor or supporting actor role.
He's not technically a voice actor in that role, though, right? Because he's actually acting.
Yeah,
but
he's
mocap.
It is mocap, but they don't consider that is still considered voice acting.
Those are great. I like those. Yeah. Sadly, I haven't seen the third one, but I'm a big fan of the first two.
It's good. The second one, War, is fantastic. Okay, good. That answers our question about supporting. Anything else about supporting actors?
Michael Douglas won Best Actor that year. Connery should have gone for Best Actor. He could have won.
What was it
for?
Wall Street.
Wall Street. Yeah. Yeah, he probably could have at that point, but at that point, that was kind of at the peak of Douglas's career. Connery was already kind of not on the way out, but he had already, he was an.
I would say he was on the way out. He hadn't done League of Extraordinary Gentlemen yet.
Also true.
All right.
Or Last Crusade, man. He hadn't even done Last Crusade yet.
Well,
Junior.
That one actually is good. That one actually is good. Okay, that's enough of that.
Got us.
That's enough of that. If you have not listened to last week's episode, we encourage that you go do it. It is pretty fun. We talk a lot about the Mounties, who are incredibly funny. We talk a lot about face kissing your children, which is incredibly uncomfortable.
You're lucky, by the way, that my kids are in bed, because I was going to parade each of them up.
Oh my god!
I'll kiss me.
I would have got up. I would have left,
dude. That would have been amazing.
But it's just too late. Kevin, come here.
You shouldn't have said anything. You could have pulled it back out of the hat later.
I do got to say real quick, we're on a Facebook Messenger chat with Donnie's oldest son, Brent, and after the episode posted last week, Brent came on the messenger and he's like, first off, I did not know that I was face kissed as a kid, and now I'm scarred.
Oh, brother.
And I thought that was hilarious.
It's not like it was sloppy, wet kisses, man.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Phil. I will hang up on you. I will hang up on you. Don't do it. No.
He did it.
He wouldn't. He was reticent. He didn't want to.
Of course, nobody wants to be kissed in the face by adult people. No, that's illegal. If he wasn't related to you, that'd be illegal. Stop it.
Is related though.
A lot of things are bypassed by blood relation.
All right. Enough of these shenanigans. Let's jump into the show proper tonight. Short number 4. We're short number 5.
You got to get this stuff straight, bro.
No,
we're short. Grandmaster, dude. We don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Told you guys when he got a job.
It doesn't matter. I know that. Look, that is true. I've had a really busy week this week. So.
Hey, everyone! It's employed Chris. Congrats to Chris.
That's right. I can't be bothered with show numbers now. I'm pretty sure we're short number 4. Okay, so short number 4, we are talking about our favorite movie scene deaths. Now, the reason we did this is because last week in the Untouchables, we had an amazing death. The aforementioned Sean Connery was shot about 14 times in the chest with a Tommy gun, and he did kind of a front flip into his house, and then he crawled the entire length of the house and stayed alive long enough for Kevin Costner to get there.
To relay critical information.
That's right. So I thought that would be a great springboard into tonight's topic, which are what are your favorite, whether they're funny, whether they're outlandish, whether they made you cry, whatever it is. We're going to start with Donnie. Donnie came with a list, so we're going to start with Donnie.
Oh, boy.
Donnie, give me one of your favorite movie death
Are
scenes.
we just doing one at a time?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No, just throw one. Just one at a time.
Okay. All right. Well, what I did is I went by decades, so I tried to break down.
So organized.
What? All right, so I'll start with the 70s.
Good Lord. I was not alive in the 70s, for the record.
I could go back.
I barely was.
All right, so I'm going to go with one that you can't. I mean, I thought about 70s, and I couldn't get away from it. It's Kane from Alien.
Oh, okay. This is the chest burster, right? Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
Just...
oh my god!
Unreal. Even the actors in that
take
movie
us there.
didn't know it was coming.
Take us there. That would have been.
Did you see that? Did you
1979. Kane, played by John Hurt, looks into an egg as it opens like a moonja.
I never understand these things in movies.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So here's my lesson for Kane: don't take home wild animals, man. Okay, just leave them out in the wild. Let them do their thing. That's my number one.
Good.
Go ahead.
That's good. Hey, so that was a good death. It was better in Spaceballs.
Wrong.
We're like, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Yes.
Hello, my ragtime gal.
Not enjoy that scene in Spaceballs. I don't like.
I thought it was
but Mel Brooks always does that. He always throws little musical numbers.
I thought it was a great parody. Both Alien and Aliens to this day are still movies that I absolutely love, and that chest bursting.
They're amazing.
That chest bursting scene haunted me for a long time. It is.
I can't figure out why they haven't been able to duplicate anything in the run of movies they've tried to add to that.
Well,
like nothing up Prometheus. Weird.
I think here. Okay, so this is a completely for a topic for another night. But I think that no. I'm going to tell you what I think, but then we'll talk about it later.
This is a short, so we need more information.
I just think that technology has become a crutch. Like, there is something about that chest burster with practical, physical effects that
practical's the best, man.
It's the best.
Practical is the best, man.
It's the best. And when freaking Yoda showed up in The Last Jedi and he was a puppet, I cried and I lost my mind. There's something about practical effects, and I think that what they do is they try to make it, elaborate with CGI, and it just becomes a crutch. It doesn't feel real, and it just doesn't translate the same way. So that's my theory. We'll talk about that.
Well, and that's fine, and we don't have to get into it again. But I'm not even talking about I'm just talking about the stories. Like I don't even understand the stories.
Yeah,
they're just not good.
Yeah,
like after Aliens, you get to Alien 3, and it's like, what are we watching?
Yeah,
really, I liked Alien 3.
I
that's
Alien
a different
3.
topic.
Yeah,
that's the one where she is like a hybrid.
Yeah, the Xenomorph.
Spoiler alert.
No, that's Resurrection. That's the fourth.
Oh.
3 is when she's on the prison planet with all the dudes and they shave their
3
head.
might have been okay. 4, I'm thinking of the one where she's like got acid blood. I can't even remember what's what.
That's
sorry.
Okay, moving on. Okay, I got a death for you. So I would now you're going decades. I don't really want to take yours. Do you have backup? Okay, so instantly whenever we said death scenes, my mind goes to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh yeah, that's on my list.
And
Go ahead, though.
yeah, so I just and again going back to practical effects, these were clay, clay models that were melted and then time lapse sped up. But yeah, so if you haven't watched Raiders, what's the matter with your life? Oh yeah, Diedrich was the best.
Don't make God mad.
That's right. So the whole plot of Raiders of the Lost Ark is to find the Ark of the Covenant.
By each one.
Do you?
I have a life lesson for each death. Sorry. Go ahead, Phil.
I love it. So
anyway. I had a different one I was going to lead off with, but you both went with older movies that were more about maybe surprise.
Okay.
So I don't remember the character's name, so I'm just going to use his real name. I'm going to say Jesse the Body Ventura in Predator.
Blaine.
Yeah, when he it was just
that thing. Yeah,
it was all just very it was cool.
That's another one though. Predator was very practical
because it had like a spurting what happened.
Oh yeah,
holy cow.
Yeah, it was.
When the black guy gets it, and he's like just lays out everything, and then he says, my favorite part I know we're supposed to talk about the death, but unpacking the rest of that scene.
You're fine.
The rest of the guys my favorite thing is they all just show up and they start shooting. Like,
and they're a machine, dude. They're
right. He's like, if he would go this crazy, we're all in. They're launching rockets, grenades, and then they're like,
"What did you see too?
What did you see?"
Part of that scene too is when he sees Blaine die, the Bill Duke guy. I can't remember his name, but the scream he does like. Ah! He just starts wailing, man.
And then he's like, I saw.
Yeah, he goes crazy.
I saw something.
Sorry.
That's great.
Quit sidetracking this.
No,
man.
it's good. It's good. One thing I do appreciate about movies like that is they took themselves very seriously. Like they were fighting, an alien boogeyman in the woods, but like they were hardcore, man.
Yeah, if that were Chris Pratt today, it would have been played up for humor the whole movie.
Absolutely.
And those dudes found no room for laughter.
Yeah, it was great. All right, Donnie, what you got next? 80s.
Carl Weathers also starred in Action Jackson.
Correct. Classic. Well, I was going to say the actual Predator, his death, but I won't. I'm going to go in the 80s with Blade Runner, but not what you think. I'm going to go with Pris, played by Daryl Hannah.
That's what I thought. Boy, what did you think?
Rick Deckard shoots her while she's doing all those cartwheels.
Yes.
That is the most insane death scene that I have ever seen.
Does it count as a death? She's not human.
When she's flipping out.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts. I remember seeing I was like, what is happening, man?
Yeah.
But Pris, Blade Runner, 1982.
Yeah, I was born.
Does that count as a death?
Why not?
She's not human.
Well, yeah, but she still died.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, I guess she's a replicant, right? So.
Well, I have more, but I'm trying to let you guys
go.
No,
I think it's good. I do like how many movies Harrison Ford is in that he just gets to shoot people like that. Like he does it in Star Wars, he does it in Indiana Jones, does it in Blade Runner. That's
Witness.
It's kind of his go-to move.
Air Force One.
Yeah, man, I like it.
Just blowing people
Is there any chance that Sean Connery shows up as Han Solo's dad in Solo?
Oh, I wish. Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. I cannot wait for Solo. I am so pumped.
Sidetrack.
I think I'm more excited for Solo than I am for Infinity War, to be honest with you. But
You're done. I hang up. Bye.
I digress. Okay, so my turn next. Let's go. I have a couple that I'm trying to think if I have any from the 80s. I don't think I do.
You don't have to roll with my format. Just do what you do.
You don't have any from the 80s because you didn't see any of those movies.
You've never seen an 80s movie
you know
before.
What? You can bite me. Here you go. How about this? We're talking about Solo, Darth Vader. One of my favorite movie moments of all time. Just the whole throne sequence. With Luke and Vader fighting, and then the Emperor jumping in, and then and then Vader finally saving Luke, and finally revealing his helmet. You're taking his helmet off to let me look on you with my own eyes. Fantastic scene.
Yeah, that's good.
As a Star Wars fan, like it doesn't get much better than that. I don't think there's a better death scene in all of Star Wars than that scene. So there you go. Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
83, right?
83.
Yeah. See, there you go. 80s.
All
right, Phil, you got one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go recent.
Okay.
If Donnie can go with a replicant as a death, then I can go with an imaginary character.
Oh,
Chris, you know where I'm going.
Let's do it. Bing Bong!
No.
Don't do it, Bing Bong.
Inside Out.
Don't do it.
I've never seen that.
What? Okay, crap. We're gonna have to do an animated movie now on this show.
I can't. Am I allowed to talk about it? Because
I don't know.
Well,
you gonna spoil it for me?
It's too late.
Apparently,
now.
someone dies in this movie.
It's too late now. He already knows. We already said the name. Oh my gosh, the Bing Bong's death is one of up wrecks me every time I watch it. Every time. Toy Story 3 wrecks me every time I watch it. But I'm telling you, dude, Bing Bong, dude, every time. Every
Bing Bong
time.
Monkey or something?
I watched. No, I'm not gonna tell you what he is. You'll figure it out. I watched that movie in the theater with my family, and
Why is Daddy crying?
When he said the lead-up line, Chris, I won't ruin it, but obviously you'll figure it out. Donnie's not dumb; he would have figured it out without us telling him.
Yeah.
When he says, "Let's try one more time." I audibly said in the theater.
No,
my wife heard me say, "Oh no!" I knew.
Oh man, it was so good.
No clue what you guys are talking about. I am so in the dark right now. It's not even funny.
We can't ruin it. If you have not seen Inside Out, number one,
so you're telling
it is one of the best Pixar movies.
There's a character. You're telling me there's a character in a movie named Bing Bong. And it is not a monkey or a primate of some sort.
Not really, no.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to describe.
It's kind of an elephant dolphin.
Talks like a dolphin. Cries candy.
He cries candy.
Sounds weird,
dude. Bing Bong. Oh, I love Bing Bong.
That's
Big
probably
Bing Bong.
It's Bing Bong. Bing, like Bing Crosby.
Bing Bong, Bing Bong. It's part of the song.
So good.
Yeah,
he has a car powered by rainbows. Powered by song.
Yeah, song. Yeah, you got to sing.
I'm gonna make the most controversial statement in this podcast.
Let's hear
ever.
it. It's gonna be wrong, but let's hear it.
Inside Out's probably the best Pixar movie ever made.
Yeah, I mean, I would say top 3. I don't know if I can go best, but it's fantastic. It is so smart. It is so smart.
I'm biased. We had just moved to Texas from Washington, separating our adolescent son and his friends.
Yeah.
And we watched that show.
Yeah.
So I cried twice in that movie. I cried at that scene, and then I cried at the end. Whatever.
It's good. What's the
when
name?
The girl
says,
Bing
I
Bong,
miss
Bing
home.
Bong.
Oh,
goodbye.
It's good. See, but I'll be honest with you, and this is one of the great things about Pixar is like Cars 3. As much as people don't like that movie, like Cars 3 hit me at a time in my life when that's where I was, and Cars 3 actually really resonated with me.
I don't understand why.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's about
I haven't seen that either.
It's about understanding that your legacy is not what you do, and coming to terms with that and accepting it your own way. It's great.
See, I
haven't
thought
seen
it was
like
about
4 or 5 Pixar movies. That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very bad.
I haven't seen Brave or Cars 3 or Inside Out or The Good Dinosaur or
none of that. Did you see
what's
Coco?
the name? Coco.
Coco's great.
Coco.
Coco's great. Have you seen Coco, Phil?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, Coco's great. I balled in Coco too. Okay, changing back on topic. Donnie, you're next. 90s. Let's go.
90s. Okay, man, this is. I'm gonna go with one that I picked because it was so surprising to me. It's Pulp Fiction.
Oh my gosh.
John Travolta, Vincent Vega, in the bathroom, machine gunned by Bruce Willis. Took me off guard. I was like, "What? What just happened?" And the storytelling is not chronological, so it's like you still follow this character later. Have you guys ever seen that movie?
Nope, never seen Pulp Fiction.
Are you joking right now?
No, I don't really like Tarantino.
I saw it, but I saw it a long time ago, like a long time ago.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That surprises me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that everybody always talks about, but and I always think I'm gonna go back and watch it, but I just never have.
I think I like it. I like it.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Okay,
Can I add to this segment?
Oh,
before
sure.
we wrap it?
No,
we're
not
about to wrap it. But when we get to the end, can we? Philip's trying to shut it down. When we get to the end, can we add future deaths that we predict?
Yeah, that's a great segment.
Chris already did that on another episode.
Well, we'll do it again. Okay, here we go. Let's go 90s. We're almost done, so let's wrap. We'll do a couple more rounds and we'll be done. 90s for me, Russell Franklin.
Yeah, that's on my list too.
So, and I know that we talked about this a couple weeks ago because you like shark movies, but Russell Franklin was Sam Jackson's character on Deep Blue Sea. Have you seen Deep Blue Sea, Phil?
Yes.
So let me just paint the picture for you. So this is like maybe 25 minutes into the movie, right after the power goes down and the sharks go crazy, and Sam Jackson is standing by an open pool in that submerged plant, and he's given his speech, and you think he's the hero of the movie, and he says, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shut these I don't remember the word for word, but he's like, we're gonna shut these pools, and as soon as he says that, a friggin' shark comes up and eats him. And I saw this in the theater. This was another one of those movies where I wasn't in school, so I saw it on a Friday at like 11.
Seems to be a theme in your life.
At 11 a.m. And I think it was me, and then like there was nobody else in the theater, but it was me, and on the same row as me were three black guys, and they had to have been, I don't know, high or something. As soon as Sam Jackson dies, they all three jump up and start shouting and jumping up and down. And it was the greatest. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
In celebration or protest?
I think it was a little bit of everything. I think they were surprised and they couldn't believe it happened. I don't know. It was great. So there you go. Deep Blue Sea. That was one of the deaths that just has always stuck with me because I absolutely did not see it coming.
Okay.
All right, Phil, what you got?
I got one.
Hit it.
90s.
Okay.
Scream 2, Omar Epps. Knife through the stall. You remember that?
I don't watch Spookies, man.
Donnie? No? Okay. So
I saw it, I think, but I don't remember it.
And I have a reason. I have an experiential reason.
Okay.
Oh, he thinks like somebody's fooling around in the stall next to it, because he's in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
And he gets up to listen. I don't know why. You don't have to press your ear against things to listen in a bathroom. He did. And Ghostface.
I don't press my ear up against anything in a bathroom, just saying.
Ghostface jams that knife through the stall wall, or maybe through the gap in the stall, into his head. I watched that at the Grand Theater in Dallas in the 90s, and it was a biracial crowd, and similar, but it was a full house. Chris, similar reaction.
Yeah, I like it.
For like 10 minutes, the crowd did not calm down. Then this white dude stands up with his shaved head, and he proclaims to the crowd to shut the F up.
Oh my gosh. Which
then turned into
running?
I told my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, I said, if you hear something, see something, if anything goes down, just go to the floor. Don't try to get up and run. Get on the floor. It
Drop
was
and roll.
Chaos.
Oh my gosh.
Chaos.
Oh.
I've never been in a situation where I thought, I don't know what's going to happen next. This is chaos. And
this podcast feels like that every week.
All right, let's roll with the 2000s, Donnie. This will be our last one. What do you got?
All right, 2000s. All right. I bet neither one of you have seen this one. This is a serious spoiler if you've never seen it. The Mist. You ever seen The Mist?
Oh, yeah, no. But I know it.
Okay.
Stephen King,
the
right?
ending of that movie is, I love it. Everybody hates it because it's like a totally, it's an anti-feel-good. He
has to kill his son, right? He has to kill his son?
Yeah, David Drayton is the guy, and he's got 4 people in the car with him. They're the ones who escape. There's 5 of them in the car. There's 4 bullets in the gun, and they run out of gas. It's hopeless.
Yeah,
they're gonna die. They know it.
That's right.
So he shoots them all.
Yeah,
and then like 5
they're
minutes.
As like an act of
rescued,
mercy,
right? Yeah, as an act of mercy.
He had to kill them because these monsters are horrific and they like tear people up. So he kills them all, and he's sitting in the car, and all of a sudden here comes the army, and everything starts clearing up, and they're cleaning house.
Yeah.
And he's like, no!
Yeah, he just killed
Dude,
his own son. Yeah.
But it's awesome. It's a great ending.
Yeah.
It's not for the weak of heart.
No. Yeah. Now I haven't seen it, but I've heard. I actually think it's based on a short story, right? The Mist was a short story? Because I want to say I've read it. Yeah, I think it was a short. Yeah. Because I knew that he killed his son. Yeah.
So it was like 500 pages long.
Oh, was it? I thought it was a short story.
I said it was a short like this show.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
500 pages.
I get it. Taking a jab.
Here are we.
Okay, let's go. My turn. 2000s. Let's go with Fellowship of the Ring, Boromir.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. You kind of follow Boromir through trying to, rise to the occasion for the armies of men, to the point where he actually almost takes the ring, and then he goes to track the hobbits down to take the ring, but then he stands in the gap for them and saves them, but he dies. Just such a great dramatic.
He dies with the biggest arrows I have ever seen.
And he takes like 8 of them.
They're like 3 inches wide.
Oh, yeah.
The shafts are. Anyway.
Great movie. I love all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies. But yeah, that was and it's a great score, and so it just has this great swelling, and it kind of slows down when he's getting hit. It's great. So, all right, Phil, what you got? Last one.
William Wallace, Braveheart.
That is a good one.
Brave death, freedom.
That is man, that's good. That's a movie. But let's go back though. When they kill his wife, they slit her throat at the beginning of that movie. That scene like blew my mind. I had never seen. Man. I had never seen anything that graphic in a movie like that.
Gibson, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I do a quick honorable mention?
Yeah, you can do a couple.
Edge of Tomorrow, Tom Cruise.
Oh, over and over again? Oh, so good.
I love that movie.
I love that movie, too.
All right, I'm done.
Did you not see it, Phil?
See that?
Oh, man. Add that to the list. I love that movie.
That's a super good movie, man. It's really good.
Really? It didn't. I just kind of looked.
No, it's good. It's really good. Yeah. Okay, Phil, any honorable mentions you got, man?
No, I mean, I could do a few, maybe we could do a few that we talked about possibly future deaths.
Well, hang on,
or
we're gonna get there.
How about people who, no, I don't have any more. People who should have died.
Do you have one of those?
No.
Okay.
No.
My honorable mention would go to Hans Gruber.
Oh yeah, Die Hard.
I love Die Hard. You follow the whole way through that movie, and to have that final moment where Bruce Willis has the gun on his back and just slow motion drop out of that tower, just so satisfying to see that guy go down.
Yeah, good one.
I love it. Okay, let's wrap then with Phil's recommendation. So let's pick. So we got some movies coming out. We got Jurassic World coming out, Fallen Kingdom. We got Star Wars is coming out next year. We got obviously Infinity War, and we also have another Avengers movie next year. So okay, Phil, this was your idea, so why don't you start us off? Who do you think is going to die in a movie coming up?
Everyone.
Hawkeye.
I'm going with no. I think they're going to shock us and keep Hawkeye alive. I think he's.
Is he? No, he's not even in it. My word about it.
You don't think he's in it?
He's not even in it.
I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna surprise people too.
Yeah. Cap dead. Rocket Raccoon possibly.
Ooh, that's controversial. I don't know about that.
I'm not all about the comics, but somebody from the Guardians needs to go. He's probably gonna die.
I feel like if
someone needs to go.
I mean needs to, but like to heighten the like. They already killed Groot.
I feel like if Guardians is going to let some, it's going to be Drax. The whole arc with Drax wanting to kill Thanos, I think may come to a head.
This comes to a head here, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, maybe he. Yeah, that's a good thought.
Drax could go.
Do you think anybody dies in Jurassic World? Do you think Claire or Owen die in Jurassic World?
Blue dies in Jurassic World.
Oh no! Can't have that.
That would be.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the maid dies in that one.
Does she get eaten by a pterodactyl?
Yeah, don't go to work for Bryce Dallas Howard.
Velociraptors, and then one of the giant ones comes in and
she was a babysitter.
She was like incapacitated for a while.
She was an assistant.
And then something else comes and bites her head off and chews on it for a while. Yeah, that's my prediction.
What? Okay, let me ask this.
I do have someone who should have died. Now that we're talking about Jurassic World.
Okay, who is it?
The grandfather in Jurassic Park. The old man.
He doesn't die. Crap. What's his name?
In the books, he does. In the book, he does.
John. What's his name?
I'm blanking out too, man.
Crap.
Unforgettable.
No.
Gennaro is the lawyer.
John.
Malcolm is the doctor.
It's like Irish.
Hammond. John Hammond.
Hammond, yeah.
He's a much jerkier character in the book. Have either of you read Jurassic Park?
No, I didn't read the book. No.
I think I did. I don't remember.
He's terrible. Like he puts his grandkids he intentionally puts his grandkids at risk.
Nice.
Hey,
parts with them kind of thing. And
hey, don't we all?
Don, who do you think's gonna die in Avengers?
In Avengers?
Let's just say, listen, it's very likely that everybody's gonna die. But honestly, if there's just like one or two people, who do you think are the most likely candidates?
Oh boy. See, I don't really know who's in it. I mean, I know everybody's in it, but I don't know what that entails. Are there X-Men in it?
No. It's just the people that have been there before. So
Spidey and the Avengers,
all the Avengers, the Guardians, Thor, Doctor Strange, Black Panther.
All
Doctor Strange, yeah.
Avengers.
Will you get what?
Will we get Wasp in Infinity War?
She has not been seen, and neither has Ant-Man.
Or Hawkeye.
Really?
Yes.
I would probably go with your theory, Chris, that Captain America is going to die in that one. I like your take on it. Him, taking one for the team kind of thing.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys. Obviously, I don't think that you do read the comics. So the what happens in the comics is Thanos comes. He already has the Infinity Gauntlet when he comes to Earth, and he's trying to impress Death. So she's the Queen of Death, and so he wants to court her. So in order to impress her, he wants to wipe out half of the galaxy. And so, with just a snap of his fingers, half of the people just disappear. So I almost think that the movie. So again, this is just crazy prediction. I think the movie ends with him getting the last stone, snapping his fingers, and half of the Avengers just disappearing. But I don't think that's enough. I think he has to, with his own hands, kill one of the Avengers, and I think it's going to be Cap. That's where I fall. Before we wrap this, let's jump to Star Wars. Star Wars has now been we just saw that it was announced. Star Wars has now been pushed to December of next year, so it'll finish out the way that the other two movies are. So Episode 9 comes out. We know that Leia obviously will not be back, even though she survived Last Jedi. Luke obviously is dead. Han is dead. So who if anybody dies in Episode 9?
No clue. Nobody.
You think nobody dies?
Kylo.
You think Kylo dies? See, I tend to think that as well. I don't think Kylo can be redeemed at this point. I think
wait, we're talking about Episode 9? I'm sorry, I was thinking Solo. I don't know why I was thinking Solo.
Yeah, no.
I bet Greedo dies in Solo.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait.
Oh, man, Episode 9, huh?
Yeah.
That's
a good one. I don't know.
All right, so
is it bad that I don't care about Solo?
I mean, it's not bad. It's just sad and mostly disappointing, but I mean, it's not bad.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying to.
Everything about it has me excited. I cannot wait.
I'm trying.
Who's the guy that plays Han Solo?
Right? Who is this Joker?
He's great. He was in.
Am I doing a top 5 tonight?
Yes.
Do you want it or not?
Yes, we're there. We're there. Hang on.
Oh, I thought we were done.
Anyway,
I'm gonna do the top 5 next week. It's gonna be the top 5 interruptions in our show.
I think that the Falcon blows up. I think that Chewie dies saving Rey, and I think Rey kills Kylo Ren. That's how I think.
I will cry more if they take the Falcon out.
The Falcon
than
has
any other
the
character.
Falcon has to go.
I love the Millennium Falcon.
So do I. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, that takes us to Donnie's favorite segment every week.
Yeah.
Bow, 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 bow. Welcome to Donnie's Top 5.
All right. The top 5 tonight is going to be super simple, super easy, super quick, because it is about superheroes and supervillains. We're going to call it Double Dippers. You've probably seen lists of this before. These are actors that have double dipped into the comic superhero realm. Either they have played a superhero or a supervillain.
Okay.
Now, some of these actors, there are actors who have played characters in comic books, Men in Black, things like that. We're not talking about them. We're talking about superheroes, villains.
Tights and flights. Got it.
So basically, your criteria is that it was a comic before it became a movie.
No, it has to be superheroes, though, because Men in Black was a comic.
Or supervillains, yes.
Or supervillain.
Okay.
Tights and
flights.
Ready?
Got it. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. No particular order. Number 1, of course, you have Ben Affleck. He has played Daredevil and Batman.
Now, let me.
He double dipped in both universes.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he is in the DC and Marvel universe.
Let me say this: controversial. His Deadpool was better than his Daredevil was better than his Batman. So.
Why is that controversial?
Because that movie was garbage, and it was still better than Batman.
I've heard that the director's cut is better of Daredevil.
No,
but I've not seen it.
Oh, of Daredevil. Yeah, I think I've seen it. It's for its time, I don't think it's as bad as everybody says that it is. It definitely isn't up to today's standards, but.
Yeah, I don't remember it very well.
I don't find Daredevil a compelling character anymore.
Oh my gosh, you shut your mouth. I love Daredevil.
You shut your mouth.
Didn't like Daredevil.
All right, controversy brews. I'll continue. Number 2, let's go with Josh Brolin.
Oh yeah.
Of Infinity War, he's rolling in as Thanos, who's going to apparently wipe out half of the universe.
Yep.
And he played Jonah Hex, which
that's
I looked up. He doesn't have any superpowers per se, except super accuracy, which is just like someone else who doesn't really exist named Hawkeye. We consider him a superhero. We're going to consider Jonah Hex a superhero also.
Hawkeye has no superpowers, man. He's just a good
Neither does Batman.
Okay,
Neither does Iron Man.
Okay,
let's not get into that. That's a deep hole, man.
Okay, real quick, let me say this, because just in case we have a couple of nerds that are listening to the show, and I don't want to upset them, Josh Brolin is also starring this summer as Cable in Deadpool 2. So
that's right.
3 characters.
Oh, I forgot. He's also another villain. Dude, he's cleaning up.
He's a triple dipper.
Yeah, he's kind of an anti-hero, but okay.
Okay. At number 3, we'll go with Halle Berry. She played Storm in X-Men, and then she was also, yes, Chris, she was Catwoman.
She was not
in the
Catwoman.
Worst adaptation
you shut your hole. She was not Catwoman. I refuse. You know what? I will say this. That 1990s Catwoman movie, it's a better movie than Justice League. I will say that.
Oh, no. I will not go with you down that trail. All right. Coming in at number 4, we have Ryan Reynolds, of course, playing Green Lantern for DC and Deadpool for the Marvel Universe. So double dipping as 2 heroes. We all at number.
Wait, go ahead.
Does Deadpool take place in the MCU?
No.
So he won't show up.
Well, now again,
there's X-Men in it, isn't there?
No.
Aren't there X-Men in Deadpool?
In X-Men. Yeah, so you have to understand. So 20th Century Fox owns X-Men. Deadpool is an X-Men. So the X-Men,
he was in X-Men Origins Wolverine. He was Deadpool.
You don't talk about that. Why do you got to bring up the crappiest movies?
What are you talking about?
That was an awful
Chris is mad.
movie.
Chris is mad because they bolted his mouth shut, and Chris got all mad.
His nickname is the Merc with a Mouth. How do you sew his mouth shut? That makes no sense.
I did not. I'm looking at my list right now. I directed none of these films. Okay. None of them.
Okay, wait. Okay, so let's come back real quick. So 20th Century Fox owns X-Men. So Deadpool can be with the X-Men, but he can't be with the MCU. However, with the Disney and Fox deal, there is a possibility in the future that he could show up in an MCU movie going forward. But right now, he can't. All right, go.
Okay, so that was number 4. Coming in at number 5 on the top 5, Chris Evans played Human Torch.
Oh, he was a great Human Torch.
Of course, the soon-to-be deceased Captain America.
He is my favorite part of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Coming in at number 6 on the top 5, Michael Keaton played Batman.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
And Vulture.
Yes.
In Spider-Man Homecoming.
And he was
Vulture,
a great Vulture, too, man.
He was a better Batman.
Anti-hero.
He was a better Batman.
Donnie, do you remember the shock you experienced in the 1980s when you found out Michael Keaton would be playing Batman?
Yes,
Mom?
I do.
1989.
We thought it was crazy. But I was there opening night, man, and it was amazing.
He was so good.
Let me throw in animated bonus real quick. Samuel L. Jackson plays Nick Fury and Frozone in The Incredibles.
Yes, he does. Where is my super suit? Where is my super suit?
And Chris, just for you, buddy.
Yes.
Last animated bonus on the top 5. Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider.
That's right, and Superman. That's right.
Voice of Superman.
Yes.
In Titans Go to the Movies.
That's
it for Donnie's top whatever number you want to put on it.
The top 5.
I think top question mark.
Top 5. I actually put a question mark after 5.
The top 5 question mark. Oh, very nice. All right. We have waxed a little long once again. Welcome to the ironic short, as it were.
Yes.
Real quick, let me just tell you what we're doing next week. Next week we are doing, and I didn't even look it up. What year is this movie, guys?
1989.
1989. Tom Hanks, Princess Leia herself, star in a movie called Carrie Fisher starred in a movie called The Burbs. And this was another movie that somebody on our group has not seen. I'll let you figure out who that was. And
suspense killing me.
It is absolutely. I did not do any research into this movie before I watched it, and I had no idea what this movie was about, and it was not what I thought it was going to be about. And so, if you want to hear that translate to a show, tune in next week. But you have a whole week to watch it. Go out there and find it. Watch it if you want to be caught up. And we will talk about The Burbs next week. I think that is it. Thanks for sticking around, hanging out. You can follow Donnie on Twitter at Miles_Donnie with an IE. You can follow Phil on Twitter at Phil Miles. That's FILMILES. You can follow me which you probably shouldn't, but you can follow me on Twitter at NeoLego, and you can follow the show on Twitter at Real Amigos. Do us a favor. If you are watching this on YouTube, like the video and share it. We need to get some more people watching our stuff. If you are listening to this, subscribe. And if you are on iTunes or Google Play, like, if you will leave us a review, even if it's just, hey, these guys are complete morons, and give us 1 star, that's fine. But just having a review allows us to get better traction within people looking for new podcasts. So do that. And finally, we have started a Facebook group. If you are in front of your computer right now, go to facebook.com, look up Real Amigos, and join our group. We're going to be talking about a lot of fun stuff, all the movies that we're doing here, the movies coming up, and just movies in general. And trust us, with Infinity War coming out next week, you are going to want to hear what we have to say. All right, that's it. For Donnie, for Phil, for me, we are out. Bye.
Bye-bye.